Hi guys, today I will go through how to write in AutoCAD, how to write a text. We have different techniques in AutoCAD 2023, how to write it. First of all, I will define the text style. I will define the text style from format, text style. This window will pop up. In this window, I will select new and put a name for the new font. From this little arrow, I will choose the required font. So from format, text style, the window will be shown up. From new, I will write, for example, E1, okay? Then I will open the font name by the arrow on your keyboard. I will go down. If you go down a little, the name will be changed and the style will be changed. Still go down until you found the required font. For example, let's do this one. Apply, close. So it looks like we have a font called E1. The shape of this font looks like this shape for letters, for numbers. Close, then we are ready to write. From this A, capital A, I will open this arrow. We have two options to write in AutoCAD. Single line or multi-line text. It's up to you. Both of them works, but the difference is the technique. But the final product will be the same. For me, I suggest to use the first one, multi-line text, but let's go through both of them. I will start with the single line. Once you call the command, AutoCAD will ask you where you will start your writing. I will click here, for example. AutoCAD will ask you two more questions. What is the height of your text? What is the height of your text? I will choose 0.5. Enter. What is the angle of rotation or the rotation angle? If you would like to write horizontally, 0. Vertically, 90. 0, enter. Then go ahead and start. Like you are writing in Word. Exactly. If you would like to go to the next line, just enter. If you would like to make a space, just push your space bar. If you are done, go ahead and push enter 2 times. One will go to the next line. More one, another one will finish the comment. Don't push escape. Don't push escape. If you push escape, you will cancel everything. You will cancel what you wrote. That makes sense? I have question. After I am done, I felt like Ayman is AI, not AY. What should I do? Just come here and double click and come to Y and highlight it and change it to I. And then click anywhere in the screen. That makes sense? One more time. One more time. This big A, capital A, I will select a single line. AutoCAD will ask you 3 questions. The first one, where? I will click anywhere. Then what is the height? If you write 1, enter. This is the height of the text. The angle of rotation, 0, enter. Then go ahead and start to write what you want. If you are done, Don't push escape. If you push escape, you will cancel everything. Just enter, enter. We are. Hey, we can make copy for what you wrote. After you are done, we can make rotate for your text. We learned rotate, RO enter, 90 degree. Here you go. Then we can move. So we can use the typical commands of AutoCAD in your text, like copy, like move, like rotate, all of this stuff. Keep in your mind, when you are done, we can change any letter. You don't need to remove it and adjust and rewrite it from the scratch. No. If you have a mistake, you can make double click anywhere on the text. Then you can highlight the letter and correct it. That makes sense? Then after you are done, just enter or escape. I don't recommend escape with text. Sometimes it will destroy what you did. So I recommend enter all the time to finish up what you wrote. Also, I have a recommendation here. For the first time, this command can be done only one time in your life. When you have an AutoCAD, one time in your life, you don't need to repeat this command all the time. If you see here, if I did double click, I found this blue window, and then I can highlight the letter, then I can change it. If you write D, texted, enter, and write one, enter, nothing happened, because this command can be done only one time per life. If you make double click on the text, this text will be shown up in a window, which is the edit window. So you can highlight what you want in this window. That makes sense? The previous one, it's over because you adjusted the setting of the program. This command only to adjust the setting. You can use it one time per life. What was it changed? When you make double click on the text will be shown up in a window. That makes sense? This is the first technique for write in AutoCAD. The second technique is multi-text. If you choose multi-text and click here, make a window. One more time. Multi-text. You need to choose a window to make a window. So we need two clicks, one here and one more here. Then you are ready to write. But this option will give you many availabilities. For example, if you write 5, if you would like to make symbol, we have this option here. Diameter. We can change the color. We can change bold or italic or strike through or underline. We can change the height. We can here is the format that we choose before. Do you remember from format text style? We have it here. So we can many symbols here. Delta. These options are not available with the first option to write anything. Once you are done, you can close text editor. We are done. Double click. You can change and then close. This technique is very powerful if you have symbols, if you have something special. But the normal text, I suggest to use single line, but the final product will be the same. Let me show you. If you write here something like my name, and then close edit. If you repeat it with the second option, single line, just click here. The height is 1, angle 0. The final product will be the same. No difference at all. No difference. But if you have something special, like if you would like to write 5 and you need to insert the diameter 10 every 15 or 8, 15 millimeter. This symbol phi all the time is not available with the second option. So it's up to you. You can use what you want. So we learned how to write in AutoCAD. Keep in your mind, I think it's coming from modify. No, this command is not available here. So the only way to write is this little icon text. If you would like to if you decide to use the 2 options, open this little arrow and you have 2 options, multiline or single line. The second command I need to cover today is dimensions. Dimensions. If you draw 2 lines, vertical lines like these, if you would like to figure out what is the length of this line, we have a menu here called dimension. We have many options in this dimension. We have many options. Or we have dimension here, but this one is very limited. It's only linear dimension. But if you open dimension, this menu, you have many options. I will go through most of them. But let's start with the linear. If you click at the beginning of this line and at the end of this line, and then one more click, you can find the length of this line, 17.9 something. We can adjust the properties of this dimension, but first of all, when you call from dimension linear, you have 3 clicks. The first click is the beginning. The second click is the end. The third click is where you will put the dimension. Click more here, you are done. That makes sense? If you would like to adjust the dimension of this, the properties of this dimension line, just select your dimension, go from modify properties. You will find many properties. One of them is the text. One of them is the text. And we have text style. If you can, we can change it to E1 that we defined before. Do you remember? From format, text style. Then what is the height? Text height. We can adjust it to be 0.5. For example, enter. Becomes bigger. You can make it bigger. Does that make sense? This is for text. We have here, I think, primary unit. We can, not this one. It's a primary unit, I think. Here you go. Precision. How many decimal number you need from primary unit? We can select 0, no decimal, 1 decimal, or 2 decimal. It's up to you. 2 decimal will be good, or 1 decimal at least. So if you go back here, we adjusted the properties of this dimension line. There is more also. If you select it one more time, modify properties for the text itself, we can make it inside aligned on, yes, text inside aligned. to make your text aligned with the direction of the dimension line. So this dimension line is vertical, the direction of your text will be vertical. From text inside a line. Also, we have for the arrows at the beginning, we can change it to be dots. At the end, at the beginning, at the end. Can you see? Change it to dot. Arrow, you can change it to oblique. We have oblique from the beginning and the end, oblique, just inclined line. So from this window, we can adjust everything related to your dimension. You will ask me a good question. Hey, we did the dimension linear from this end to this end. I have a dimension here. Do you think I need to repeat all of these adjustments? No. Just click on this one, which is ready, and we learned it before, match properties. Then click on the new one. The new one properties will be the same like the previous one. That makes sense? That makes sense? If we have a horizontal line and you decide dimension linear from this one to this one, click more. You need to adjust. Okay, go ahead and select this one or this one. It's up to you. And then match properties and then select the new one. The new one will be exactly the properties of the new one would be exactly like the last one or the previous one. Any question so far? We are good. We are good. We have different techniques for dimension. Keep in your mind, if you have inclined line, I cannot use dimension linear because linear is only horizontal or vertical. So we have vertical or horizontal option. So what should I do to figure out the inclined distance? We have dimension aligned. Then click at the beginning, at the end. Here you go. We can select the adjusted properties and then match properties and then adjust this one. That makes sense. Also, if we have a circle and you would like to figure out what is the radius of the circle or what is the diameter, we have dimension. We have something called radius. If you click this circle, here you go. Here is your radius. It's very small. You can adjust it. Match properties for this one becomes bigger. Or dimension, we have diameter. Click on this one. AutoCAD will give you the diameter. You can make it bigger. There you go. Or you can select the dimension and then modify properties. You can change what you want. Arrows, text. I think most of the time, line arrows, text, and the primary unit, we can adjust here the precision, which is 1 decimal or 2 decimal or whatever. I think we have more techniques for dimension, like dimension angle. If you have a line and we have another line like this one, and you would like to figure out what is the angle in between, dimension angular. Between, click on this line, click on this line. Here you go. The angle in between 40. The angle in between 40. If you'd like to adjust it, just select your dimension, modify properties. You can adjust what you want. Okay. One of these adjustments is the primary unit. We have here degree, minute, radian, 1 radian, decimal, how many decimal, because it's not 40 exactly, you know. and so on. Okay. We have also dimension this multi-leader. If you would like to point multi-leader, point to this one and write anything, you know, and then close. There you go. You can point for this one and write what you want. Let's repeat it one more time. Dimension multi-leader. Click here and click here, and you can write what you want. After you are done, close. There you go. So I pointed to this line and I wrote something. Hey, keep in your mind, if you make double click on this text, you can adjust any letter if you have any mistake and then close that text editor. That makes sense? So if you have a circle like this one, you can point the circle to this circle dimension multi-leader like this and write what you want. For example, there you go, and then close. Looks good. So we learned, you can go through this menu dimension. We learned linear, aligned, radius, diameter, angular, multi-leader. Sometimes if you would like to put a center mark at the center of a circle, for example, if you select it, click on this circle, there you go. AutoCAD will give you cross at the center of the circle, will give you a mark. Also, if you have arc, draw arc 3 point, for example, 1, 2, 3. We have arc. You can find the length of this arc from dimension arc length. Just click on this arc, one more click here, AutoCAD will give you what is the length of this arc. I'm not sure if you have a circle, will give you the circumference of this circle or not. Let me try arc length. No, it should be arc, not a circle, arc. So one more time, draw arc 3 point, 1, 2, 3 point, then dimension arc length. AutoCAD will give you the arc length. So we learned from dimension, we can find what you want. Okay, different shape of dimensions. Keep in your mind, once you put your dimension, you can adjust the properties of this dimension by choose it, modify, properties, then you can adjust what you want. You can adjust the text, you can adjust the arrows and the lines, you can adjust the primary unit for precision, and choose how many decimal number you would like. Let's do this example. I will do it with you. We have floor plan, looks like solid slab with beams and the columns, and the dimensions are given. This panel contain or includes the stairs. I don't care about this shape right now. I will focus only on these beams and the columns and axes. So I will start with this line. I will start with this center line. Looks like I will draw something in the length of 20. So I will start with a line with length, vertical line with a length equal 20. I will change the color of this line by selecting the line, change your color to red, and the style other load. We covered this before, and I will choose from here center. Choose the line one more time and then center. I will make offset for this line at 4. 3.75, 4.5, 4.25. So 4, offset your distance, 4, enter, escape. Offset one more time, 3.5, so O, enter, 3.75. Then offset 4.5, escape, offset 4.5. Then offset one more time, 4.25. I will draw another line here. I would like to make this line looks like these lines. So I will select the center line, match properties, and I will select this line. That makes sense. Offset for this line 4, 5, 5.25. Offset 4, then 5, then 5.25. The last one is, yes, offset 5.25. I will draw a circle with radius 0.75. I will write I will make the height smaller, 0.5. Yeah. And I will write A. A. And I will move this A to be inside this circle. And adjust the right here. Then I will do copy for this circle with the text. Hold it from here and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies. But looks like not all of them is A. And actually they are numbers, not letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can come here and make double click and change it to 1. Close. That makes sense? Double click and change it to 2. This is the reason why I don't like to repeat writing all the time. Just write one letter or one number and then make copy, and then you can adjust it later. That makes sense? And once you adjust this row of circles and the text, you can make copy for the circles and the text, and you hold one from here and you can put it here. Let me repeat it one more time. Copy for this circle and the text, and put it here, here, and here, and here. Not all of them are A. We have A, B, C, and D. I will come here and double click on this letter and change it to B. Close. Double click, change it to C. Double click and highlight the letter and then D. Once you adjusted your text and your circle are very good, I will make copy. So I will select all of them, hold one of them from this quadrant to be here. And then delete the original circle with the text. I will draw these double lines using multi-line. Do you remember that? So we have multi-line from draw, multi-line. Do you remember we have some adjustment, justification? For J enter, I will select 0. Scale, I will define the distance between the two lines, 0.25. Enter. Then I will start. I highly recommend to you make the ortho mode on. So I will draw the multi-lines. Exactly like the given drawing. There you go. So looks like exactly the same. I will adjust the corner the T using the properties of multiline. So I will do double click. We have here a corner. So I will select this line and this line. There you go. We have open T between this one and this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. This is called open T because the two lines intersect to form a T section, a T shape. Then I will select the open cross, not this one, sorry. Open cross. So between this cross and this cross, I make it open. Looks good. Looks good. Then we have columns. This square is called column. I can make it here. Just to draw a rectangle with dimension 0.25, 0.75. And this rectangle, I will make hedge. I will choose this color to be green. And I will make the scale 0.5. Here you go. I will make another copy for this column because sometimes we have column vertically and the column are horizontal. So I will make rotate for this column. So I did one horizontal and one vertical. So I can make copies. And put it here at this corner. Makes sense? And then I can make copy and hold it from this midpoint to put it here. It's very important to select which point you hold the column. For example, if you would like to put a column here which is horizontal, I will make a copy for this one. I will hold it from this corner. Then I can put it here at this corner. There you go. One more time. If you would like to put the horizontal column, I will hold it from the midpoint. So I can put it here. I can put it here. I cannot put it here. Actually, we can, but I prefer to hold it from the corner. Anyway, for the vertical column, this corner, this midpoint, midpoint, midpoint. You can put it here. Just a copy. Copy, copy. There you go. These are the columns of this building. The last step I need to cover for this drawing are the dimensions. So from dimension, linear, I will click here, any point, and click here, any point, and one more click. Here you go. Before continuing, I will adjust the properties of this dimension line, modify, select your dimension, modify properties. Your arrow, I will not choose arrows. I will choose oblique. The end and the start. Also, for your text, I will make it bigger to be 0.25. Bigger, 0.4. Okay. Also, I will adjust the alternate unit, primary unit, I'm sorry, and your precision will be only 1 decimal number. You are done. Then I will do dimension linear. The start point will be here. The end point will be here. And the third point is here.